What's up, you guys, and welcome to another episode of The Variety Views. I'm your host, The Variety Vendor. So, I got to watch SmackDown. First time watching SmackDown in a little bit. Maybe before the Royal Rumble. That was the last SmackDown that I got to see. And before that, I took a long hiatus. And I was really interested in what was going to happen on SmackDown. It was a really good show. The stuff that they did with Bayley, even though that it was a little bit rushed, I thought it was done very, very well. It was handled very well, and I had high hopes for the Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes segment. So it started, and I liked, as much as a lot of people would say, Roman kind of buried Seth Rollins and buried the World Heavyweight Championship on Raw, I thought it was more so a heel being a heel. And I didn't see it as him burying the other guy, because it would be different if people really felt that way about Seth Rollins. And it's the absolute opposite, because Seth Rollins still comes out and he has a huge reaction. He has huge crowd support. So is it really a burial if that is the case? So Roman Reigns cuts that promo. It was a great promo. I really enjoyed it, and it had a lot of things that I can see as being part of his entire career. If somewhere down the line he retires, this is one of the promos that I think that can be looked at as one of his best. So Cody Rhodes comes out. The fans are going crazy. They are still behind Cody Rhodes even after all this quote-unquote adversity that really wasn't needed. And it happens. It happens, and it really broke the internet, because a lot of people that aren't even that don't even represent wrestling in their channels, they're making videos about wrestling. They're talking about it. A lot of people are talking about it, and they're saying that that's not what should have happened. Rock stole Cody Rhodes' spot. People who don't regularly talk about wrestling are doing so. So, that made me think, But in that moment, when The Rock came out, when Cody Rhodes gave away his spot to The Rock, I honestly was hyped. I was like, man, okay, that's great. The Rock is coming back and he's having another match with Roman Reigns. That's a huge match. That is a huge match. So I just wanted to see where they will go from there, because honestly, adding Rock into the Bloodline storyline, it's something that really the Bloodline storyline needed for a long time. I haven't been this hyped in over a year. And The Rock being a part of it really adds that wrinkle of being like, oh, okay, what's going to happen now? And also, on the other hand, I'm like, okay, Cody kind of got screwed. I felt bad for Cody, but what a sympathetic babyface. Because him going out and, kind of like, okay, I'm going away. And as soon as he said, I'm not going to challenge for the championship at WrestleMania, I was like, okay, that must mean that he's going to challenge for the championship at Elimination Chamber. It's part of this downward spiral that Roman Reigns is going to go through. Because Cody said, I'm not only going to take your championship, but what about taking everything away? So perhaps Cody versus Roman at Elimination Chamber, The Rock against Roman at WrestleMania, and Cody gets to face somebody else for the championship. He goes into Mania as champion, defending that title against somebody else. And you know what? If that is the case, then I'm absolutely for it. Because some people might say Cody going up against a guy like, let's say, Randy Orton, or maybe AJ Styles, would be kind of, because you only have like 6 weeks of build. I think 6 weeks is more than enough, especially with two guys that he has so much history with. You got Randy Orton, who he already has history with. You don't have to retell the entire story for long for people to really be invested. Randy Orton is a huge star. Cody Rhodes is a huge star. It's a match made in heaven. AJ Styles, former Bullet Club leader. Cody Rhodes, former Bullet Club member. So you have that story going on where you don't have to really use too much energy into retelling that story. So it's fine. I think it's absolutely fine. And another thing is, look at what's going on, throughout the internet world. In Twitter and Instagram and everywhere, where everybody's just saying, justice for Cody, justice for Cody. I would like to wait and see with this thing, because it really feels that that's exactly what WWE wants to do. It's something that Triple H, Nick Khan, TKO, The Rock, everybody involved, this is the reaction that they want. They want this crazy ass reaction, so that when Cody finally wins the championship, everybody's gonna go nuts and they will say, yep, he deserves it. Because guess what? If Cody wins the title, go the predictable route and do the stereotypical WWE type of programming that we've had for so many years, where the guy that wins the Rumble, he has a little bit of, handicap matches or tag team matches or boring singles matches, and then finally goes into Mania, does that promo, goes into Mania, wins the title, and oh, it's great. And then afterwards, there's nothing. Case in point, go back to Seth Rollins in 2019 when he won the Universal title. What did he do? He had nothing. So this is like, I would equate it to, and a lot of people have been making the comparison with WrestleMania 30, with Daniel Bryan being slotted in to WrestleMania. Now, there are a lot of ways that you can go about this, and it's super duper interesting now. Now that you have The Rock a part of this whole thing, I think it's very, very interesting, because Cody, now it's like, okay, all eyes are on Cody. They're pissed with The Rock and being a part of like the main event with Roman, but there are eyes on Cody. What is he gonna do next? Is he gonna go for the World Heavyweight title, which I think is an absolutely, it's an idiotic idea. That's not what they're supposed to go for. And some people might say, why would Seth beg Cody to challenge him for the title? Well, hey, it makes sense, because Seth never got over the fact that he never got to beat Cody. I mean, doesn't that make sense to you? So I really think that makes so much sense for Seth to go after Cody and be like, come on, challenge me for the title. And hey, maybe Paul Heyman got into his ear a little bit. And, I think that would be very interesting if they actually said that. But I do think that, the part where Seth never got over beating Cody, he never got to beat Cody one-on-one. That got to him, so he's like, hey, Cody, how about it? Let's go for it one more time for the championship. And this is the more prestigious championship. Let's go for it. So all eyes are on Cody. What is he going to do next? And I don't think Cody should go for the World Heavyweight Championship. That's wrong. That's really wrong, because he made it very clear he wants the WWE Championship, the title that Roman holds. And there are many ways that they can go about it. I think of one way is, like I said, go to Elimination Chamber, win the championship in front of 60,000 Australians, go for the title, win it, and then, you know, The Rock can help Cody win by, you know, fending off Jimmy and Solo. And then at WrestleMania, you do Rock and Roman, you do Cody and Randy Orton, and that's you know, those are your two big matches. Rather than one big match, you got two big matches. Another way I think that would be very interesting to go about it is a triple threat. And it's something that some people might not be okay with, you know, with The Rock and Cody and Roman. But I think it's very, it's an interesting scenario. And I think that there is a lot of good storytelling that can be told in that scene. And the way that I would go about it is, you do a contract signing at Elimination Chamber between Roman Reigns and The Rock. You do that, and you have Cody Rhodes interrupt. You have Cody Rhodes interrupt, and he would basically say everything that the fans have been saying. The Rock stole his spot. And he'd be like, okay, some people might be confused by this. Why would I say you stole my spot? Well, Rock, Dwayne, I'm a company guy, and I was just doing what I was told. But seeing you out here right now, about to sign that contract, opened my eyes to what kind of selfish, egotistical worm that you really, really are. You really want to get back into this, not because you love it, but because you crave the spotlight, because you want to get back that glory that you once had, and really go into it, and talk about how like, you know, he was given the ball, but rather than take it, he threw it all away just for Hollywood. He went away, and all of that, and just you know, add in like bits and pieces of a little bit of truth with like a whole lot of drama, because that's what wrestling is all about. And I think if he did that, if you make Cody Rhodes more of like a tweener, not a heel, not by any sense of the imagination, but more of a tweener, where he is like, you know, you stole my spot, and I thought that by giving it to you, by giving that spot to you, you would do the same. You would be like, you know what, Cody, no, this is your time. You're gonna have it. I only did that out of the gratitude that I have for this business and respect. And I thought that you had enough respect to be like, no, you can have it. I'm not gonna take it from you. But no, you took it, and you're about to sign that contract. And honestly, does that what the people want? And then you would have the entire fans, the entire stadium chant for Cody. So he's like, so Rock, I changed my mind. I'm not giving you my spot. Because when I went home after I did on SmackDown, I had that look of disappointment from my wife, from my kids, and from my own brother, who deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. That look of disappointment, that look of seeing me down on my luck and going through so much to get where I'm at, and I give it all away. Why? Because of my respect for the business, for my passion, and for me being a company guy. But hey, maybe what I showed was a lack of respect for the business, because that's not what the people before me would have done. Stone Cold Steve Austin and every single one that have accomplished what I'm trying to accomplish, Stone Cold, Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, what they've accomplished, they would not give it away. And I'm not gonna do that. So Rock, I changed my mind. And thus, you have like a stare down between Cody and Rock, and now Rock becomes a little bit of a tweener. There's a lot of gray in this, and you can go either way with it. You can have Cody attack Rock, or Rock attack Cody, and Rock becoming a tweener in this whole thing. You can bring back Hollywood Rock in this, where, you know, Rock is like, I'm the biggest star, you know, who are you to doubt me, or who are you to take anything away from me? I'm the one that signs the checks and whatever. And you make Rock into being corporate Rock, and more of like the guy on top of the guy that, and you make his real life part of his character. Because honestly, the whole, you know, Fruity Pebbles and like, you know, it doesn't matter what your name is, all that sort of stuff, it's all passé. It's all, you know, all of that, it's all good and fun in small doses, but if you're really going to build towards a match, and you're really going to have a program, then it's not that appealing. I think what's more interesting is if you add a little bit of realism, where he's like, yeah, I own a stake in the company. And I don't think, Cody, I don't think that you're the right guy to be in the main event. I think what WrestleMania needs is a big star. It needs a mega star. It needs the biggest match, and it needs me, The Rock, versus Roman Reigns. And you, hey, there are other championships that you can go for. That's when Cody snaps. And then you can play with it. So I'm very, very interested in what's going to happen next. I'm looking forward to what's going to happen next, because I think Cody needs to be either champion by WrestleMania or going for the championship at WrestleMania. And I'm talking about the WWE Championship. And that's all I got to say about that. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Do you still think that, oh no, you know, it's all it's all moot now, and Cody, Cody is buried, or whatever it is? Comment below and let me know. And with that being said, like, share with your friends, share with everybody, and please subscribe. And check out my next video and we talk about something else. Take care.